Welcome into Saints Now by Chat Sports. We're going to be answering your questions and responding to your hot takes. But if I don't get to your question or if you want more coverage in between these videos, give me a follow on social media. It's at Trace Girouard48 on X, at Trace Girouard48 _ on Instagram. My IG, I made a new account that's very Saints specific. I'm posting a lot of my short form content, a lot of jersey swaps, funny memes, fun stuff. So if you want to get more content on Instagram, give me a follow there. And on Twitter, I tweet out everything that I think without any sort of filter. And on top of that, I'm also doing Twitter Spaces as well, where we get to interact and talk, like sports talk radio in real time and respond to each other. So give me a follow on social media if you haven't already. The links are in the comment section and description of the video. Also, worth noting, if you stick around to the end of the video, I have a way for you to get a follow back from me. Mikey Taylor, first question. Can we actually trade for Davante Adams? So, in terms of what the payment would be, so let's start here. The compensation. That's what's going to be kind of tough. I feel like the Raiders are going to value Davante Adams more than the rest of the league will. I think that he is still a good wide receiver, but I don't think he was the player coming into Las Vegas, right out of Green Bay, that he was now. And I will say his base salary for 2024 is $16.89 million, which is pretty affordable. But in 2025, it's $35.64 million, and in 2026, it's $36.64. So that's where things kind of get interesting, and the contract gets a little bit out of hand. But again, you can get creative with the contract. Kai Harley knows what the hell he's doing, and he knows how to make a penny turn into about $10 million. So can they? Maybe. Will they? No. All right, let's go to Slim Jim here. Will Spencer Rattler or Jake Haener be QB2? So I did tweet, Slim Jim, I wonder if you follow me on social media, because I tweeted this one out, and it took the internet by storm. Saints Twitter lost it. They were very, very split. A lot of them are saying Spencer Rattler. A lot of them are saying Jake Haener. And there's good reasons for both. Haener has been in the system for a year, but has he been in the system? Because it's a new offensive coordinator. It's a new team. So has he really been in the system? That's kind of my argument there. But he does have some good traits, and he has at least preseason experience in the NFL, and Spencer Rattler has none. So it's not really apples to apples. You can't say this player is going to be better than this player in my specific opinion, or my personal opinion at least. But I do think that Rattler has the much higher upside, and I think that Rattler has much better tools to succeed, and I think he is a better quarterback, just in terms of the mechanics and arm strength, I guess you could say. But I think that it is a real conversation to be had. Who will be the QB2? If I had to make my guess right now, I'm going to say Jake Haener's QB2 to start the season. But don't be surprised if things kind of start changing towards the middle parts of the season. Let's say Derek Carr gets hurt, or Jake Haener, or the Saints are up by a lot, and Jake Haener gets some run, and he just plays like shit. Don't be surprised if Rattler jumps him on the depth chart. Right now, I'm going to go Jake Haener, though. So I do want to encourage you, join the family here at Saints Now by Chat Sports. We're bringing you guys news, rumors, interactive content, and a whole lot more here on the channel. This video that you're watching right now was filmed as a part of our live show. So if you want to be a part of one of those and you want to join the fun that we have in our live shows, subscribe today. It's 100% free. I encourage you to do it. And if you hate it after 7 days, just unsubscribe. You won't be doing that, though. All right, Queen Courtney, next question. Who would be the best linebacker we can get in free agency? Pete Werner's gotta go. All right, this is bad radio, but I'm going to pull up a list of free agents that are still available in terms of the linebacker position. So let's say, hold on. I agree with you that Pete Werner could be better. And I agree with you that he's been a little bit underwhelming. But in terms of free agents that are available right now, there's not a ton that are remaining. Shaq Leonard, Zach Cunningham, Kwon Alexander, and Josh Woods. So there you go. Those are the best linebackers. I would rather just run it back with Pete Werner and see what happens. I know some of you guys would want Kwon Alexander back. I personally don't. But, I can understand why you're a little bit annoyed with the linebacker production out of Pete Werner. I actually listed him in a video as a surprise cut candidate. So if you missed that, I explained my case on the channel. So go look for that video. Earl Dean, who would be the best safety not including Justin Simmons? Oh, man. That's a tough one because a lot of people will say Jamal Adams, but I disagree. I disagree that Jamal Adams is the best safety available. I think that the best safeties available right now, let's see here. You can go get Eddie Jackson. You could bring back Marcus May. You're not going to do that. Micah Hyde's an intriguing option. I don't hate Quandre Diggs. Tracy Walker, Jaron Kearse are options. Tishaun Gipson, Terrell Edmonds, Justin Simmons. I'm just going to say the only option is Justin Simmons. Or you go trade for a safety. But I'm going to say the only option, Justin Simmons. So if you want Justin Simmons to be a Saint, type Saint Simmons in the comment section. And also in the comment section, if you want to get geared up with some new lids and some new swag for the summer, going to the pool, going to a cookout, going to a barbecue, whatever, just hanging out on Bourbon Street, going shopping down Canal, you need some fresh lids and you need some fresh headgear. So go to chatsports.com/Saints hat. The one I just showed you is probably the favorite, but this is the draft hat. I absolutely think it's really, really cool. I love this trucker cap, this little tropical Saints hat, perfect for if you're going on vacation, going to a beach or something. I actually think it looks pretty sick, and you could probably dress it up with a lot of different stuff. I love the dad hat, though, with the old school shield. I mean, I think that is so clean, but probably my favorite hat in the whole mix has to be this 47 hat. I mean, it's so comfortable. I actually have some friends with this exact hat, but their respective football teams, and it's very breathable. It's very comfortable. It looks really, really good. It fits your head really nice. So if you're like, oh, I'm not a hat guy, this is a hat that's like friendly for you if you don't have what I like to call a hat head. I have a hat head, for example. So if you don't want that hat, what about a bucket hat? Go get yourself a bucket hat. Go hang out by the pool. Go to the bar. Go to a Darty. If you're a college student and you're trying to go do some day drinking, bucket hats are in. I'm telling you, I was a former college student. Listen to me. Chatsports.com/Saints hat. Link is in the comments and description of the video. So Jackson asking, is a Brandon Aiyuk trade possible? Short answer, yes. Long answer, no. Yes, it's possible, but is it happening? I don't think so. I mean, I think that Brandon Aiyuk, I think the Niners are more interested in keeping Aiyuk than they are in keeping Debo. And personally, I would rather keep Aiyuk over Debo. And that's just in my personal preference. He's going to command a lot of draft capital if you want to trade for him. But maybe you can throw like Marshon Lattimore or something into the mix if you're really desperate for Brandon Aiyuk. Like, I think you're going to have to give up a lot to get a player like Brandon Aiyuk. But is it possible, to answer your question? Yes. I just don't think it's going to happen with the Saints. Saints new owner. What's going on, my man? Trade Marshon and trade Ryan Ramczyk if he gets healthy. I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, no team wants anything to do with Ryan Ramczyk. Every team has been keeping tabs, and every team knows what's been going on with his injury status, and every team knows that he's a good football player when he's healthy. But the thing is, he's got to be healthy. And if he's not healthy, there's no point in trading for him. So you will not get any sort of trade compensation for Ryan Ramczyk. I think maybe at best you get like a 6th-round pick, maybe. And that's not. I'm not doing that. I'm not trading away Ryan Ramczyk for a 6th-round pick. Like, absolutely not. That's disrespectful. Marshon Lattimore. You know, I'm in the boat of keep Marshon Lattimore, but I can understand why you're not opposed to trading him away. I do think you could get like a 3rd or a 4th-round pick in return for him, or maybe you can put him into a trade package to get a receiver or not a receiver, another player that you really like, whether it's an offensive lineman, a safety, a receiver, whatever. If you're interested in going to get another player, I think the best thing you can do is throw Marshon Lattimore into the trade package, but I'm not actively looking to move on from him, and neither is Mickey Loomis. But thank you for the question, Saints new owner. Mikey Taylor, with Tyler Boyd in Tennessee, is Hunter Renfrow the best wide receiver left in free agency? Well, there's a few wide receivers that are still available in free agency, and I think that, like, what's most important for the Saints free agent wide receivers, in our situation specifically, it's got to be a fit. I'm not looking for just a small speedster. I'm not looking for a guy who I can line up on the outside to take the top off. I'm not looking for a really lengthy player. You have that in Olave. You have that in Shaheed. You have that in Perry. But Zay Jones just signed away to the Tennessee Titans, so he's off the table. The best free agents available, according to Sharp Football Analysis right now, Michael Thomas, Hunter Renfrow, Mecole Hardman, Marquez Valdes-Scantling, Corey Davis, Julio Jones, Russell Gage, Allen Robinson, Lynn Bowden, Alex Erickson, Randall Cobb, Sterling Shepard, Chosen Anderson, or Robbie Chosen, or Robbie Chosen Anderson, Richie James, or Jakeem Grant. And he got signed, didn't he? Jakeem Grant just got signed too, didn't he? Maybe he didn't. I don't remember. Either way, there's not a lot of great wide receiver options left in free agency. Hunter Renfrow is one of the best. Okay, Jakeem Grant is still available. Maybe I was thinking of somebody different. Hunter Renfrow is available. Probably the best option you have left outside of just bringing back Michael Thomas. And even that I wouldn't really do. So, going to be honest, it feels like it's Hunter Renfrow or bust in terms of adding a free agent wide receiver. Yeah, I'm not interested in Julio Jones. Absolutely not. How funny, though, would it be if we got Julio Jones in a Saints uniform? I would piss some Falcons fans off. Actually, you know what? Sign Julio Jones and make him retire a Saint just to spite Atlanta. We're changing the narrative. Sign Julio Jones. He's a damn good football player. Can make a huge impact. It'll piss off Falcons fans. Back to being serious. Richard, do you think the O-line is going to be better in your reasoning? Yes, the offensive line will be better. Trevor Penning gets a full preseason and a full offseason to get healthy, to practice, to learn, to study, to get coaching. You also have a new offensive line coaching staff. You have a new quarterbacks coach. You have a new offensive coordinator. So I think the offense as a whole is going to be better. Talise Fuanga is a big-time addition to the depth chart for the offensive line. Losing Andrews Pete to the Raiders, that definitely hurts. He's a good rotational, reliable backup. At bare minimum, he's good at most at that. But I do think that the Saints offensive line will be better. I think it's going to be an overall better offense. And I think that the play style and what they're scheming up for the quarterbacks and for the running backs and for the receivers and everybody's going to make the offensive linemen's jobs easier because they're not going to sit there and give Derek Carr a ton of time to find a receiver, to find where he's going to dump the ball off to. It's not going to take a ton of time to have the running back pick a hole. You're going to have options, and I think that that's going to be very beneficial for the Saints offense. But I think it's a great question, Richard. Thank you so much for asking, and thank you for tuning in today. So this is the end of our video, and I said it earlier. If you guys made it to the end, I would give you a follow back, but you got to prove it by DMing me squad. So whether you do it on Twitter /X, Trace Girouard 48, the link is in the comments, DM me squad there, I'll give you a follow back. Or if you do it on Instagram, you can be one of the first few people that I follow back on my Instagram page @Trace Girouard 48_. DM me squad. That way I can know you're a real one, and that way I can know that you are a diehard Saints fan. Y'all stay golden, Who Dat Nation. See you next time.